Welcome. This video tutorial will walk you through the process of installing Forge Networking Remastered. It is not an introduction to Forge or Unity. To learn more about either, you can join Forge Networking's Discord server and get advice from the active community. Installing Forge does require a few workarounds for known issues. If you do not encounter these problems, then they may have already been patched. Installing Forge involves a few steps. Step 1. Obtain the source code. Step 2. Set the solution references using Unity. Step 3. Build the solution. And Step 4. Export the package. From there, you can import the package in any of your projects and immediately use it. So the first thing that we want to do is go to the Forge Networking Remastered GitHub, and you can do this probably easiest just going to Google and Forge Networking Remastered GitHub. Sorry for the clicking. And here we are at the GitHub. If you're not familiar with Git, your easiest option is to go down here where it says clone or download. This allows you to get the source code without installing a Git client. We want to click on download zip, and that will begin the process of downloading the source code for us. It's just over 7 megabytes. Alright, so we want to go, and once this is done downloading, I'm just going to move this to the desktop currently. Make a folder just in case. Forge Networking Remastered. I'm going to move the zip file and then use your WinZip or 7-zip or whatever program you use for archives. And we want to extract it. And now we have a copy of the source code. This is the same copy that you can see here on GitHub. If you wanted to explore the source code here, you can see the source code. But we have a local copy, so we'll be working with that. The first thing that we want to do is go into Bearded Man Solutions folder. Inside of that, you'll see a Bearded Man Studios Microsoft Visual Studios solution. We're going to open up the solution. Visual Studio 2017 is what I've got. I'm just going to bring in the different projects. Alright, over here in the Solution Explorer you can see there's a number of projects, and the first thing that we're going to do is just go ahead and do a build solution. And you're going to notice that you get a lot of errors. This is what we expect because Forge Networking relies on Unity. It has references to the DLLs, or the dynamic linked libraries, that are the Unity files. Forge is not allowed to distribute those files, and so the project has references to those files, and when you first bring in the solution, it doesn't know where they are, and so you'll get a lot of errors. So what we want to do now is to open up Unity. I'm using Unity 2017.1.2. It shouldn't really matter which version you're using, although I would recommend using one of the 2017 versions just because it's fairly new. So we want to open a project. I'll put my code on the desktop. Alright, and there's these different kind of sub-projects. The one that we want to go into is the one with Unity in its name, Forge Networking Remastered Unity. And you'll see that this has turned to a select folder. When you go here and you try to open the projects, you'll notice there's no select folder, so it's telling you that these other ones are not Unity and it won't let you open it. When you got the correct one, it will say select folder and you can open it. It'll give you a little information box here saying that the project was saved in an older version of Unity. That's to be expected. Click continue. And it will import all of those files and the scripts and compile them. Alright, and now we have, it should be loading in. Okay, it was just because the screen was laid out different than I normally do, but you'll see here in the assets we now have the Bearded Man Studios loaded into Unity. If we click back over to Visual Studio, it will recognize that Unity has loaded the project, and when Unity loads the project, it will fix some of those references so that Visual Studio now knows where the Unity file should be. So we want to reload the solution. And what that does is fixes most of those errors for us. There is currently a known issue with one of the projects. If you look over here in Solution Explorer, there's a number of projects. The one that's Forge Networking Unity Editor, there's a known issue that's being resolved, but you'll have to do this manually for now. If you look at the references, you'll notice that the Unity Editor and the Unity Engine have a warning icon, and that's because these have not been set correctly the way that it should look. If you look at the Forge Networking Remastered Unity, under its references, these should be set. They are. Okay. And you'll see in this project they are set correctly, in the other project they are not. And so what we want to do is okay, that's more confusing than it should be, but this Unity Engine reference, this is the correct path. So what we need to do, the two that do not have the reference, we have to give them that path. And the easiest way to do that is to open up File Explorer and navigate to the path that you see here. So for my installation and probably your installation of Unity, it will be under Program Files, Unity, Editor, Data, Managed, and now you'll find these .dlls. So we need to go back into Visual Studio. I'll make the window a little smaller so I can see everything. Alright. And hopefully this will get resolved in the future and you won't have this problem. It was introduced when a developer pushed a commit and he had a different environment, so it broke on everybody else's computer. Okay. Unity editor.dll. Going to click it and drag, and when you're over the Unity editor, just release, click OK, and we'll do the same for the engine. Click OK. I'm going to close this object browser. Okay, that did not take that for some reason. Let me, looks like I had the wrong file. Make sure you have the application extension as the larger file. So drag the Unity editor, click OK, the warning icon went away. Do the same for Unity Engine. Drag, release, OK, bam. We have now gotten rid of all of the errors that Visual Studio was complaining about. And so the next thing we want to do is to go back into Unity, and we'll look at this project. There's a couple of workarounds we need to do. If you click on Console, you'll notice that there are a number of warnings and errors. Some of these can be ignored. Rebuilding library, you can ignore that. It's metadata file, you can ignore that. This one should go away. I'm going to click clear, and I'm expecting one of the errors to come back. And let's see if sorry about that, I cleared out the error I was trying to fix. The error is probably still in your console, is referring to a prefab that has multiple transforms. This is due to a prefab that was corrupted at some point, and there is a fix for that in the works where it can be replaced with the correct one. So here the errors have come back. You'll see prefab removing them would not be safe, and then it starts complaining about LobbySystem. LobbySystem is the item that has the issue. So for now, we just want to delete the LobbySystem. Alright, that's the broken object. And then clear this. If you need to use the LobbySystem, you can either wait for it to get fixed, or you can go in the Discord server and ask someone to give you the link to a working LobbySystem prefab object. Okay. So now that we deleted the problematic object and we fixed the references in Visual Studio, we should have a working, good to go Forge Networking setup here in Unity. So the last step that we want to do, we're going to go into the assets and click on the parent folder called Bearded Man Studios Incorporated. We're going to right click, we're going to export package, and we want to make sure everything's selected. It should all be selected, and then we're going to export it. For now, I'm just going to put it on my desktop, and I'll name it Forge Networking Remastered, and I'm going to include the date just so I know, when it was created, and save it. And what this will do is that now you have a Forge Networking package that can be used in another project. So for example, I can do a new project and call it a new project here, and it will create project, and I'm just showing you how you can import that package for any project that you're doing and start using Forge Networking. Okay, we're in our project that we want to add Forge Networking to. Go to Assets, Import Package, Custom Package, find it. This is the one I just created. I'm going to open. We want to import all. It will now bring that into your project. And now your project's good to go with Forge Networking. Just to show you that it is loaded, I can let's see, prefabs. Yeah, these are some of the different Alright, I'm just loading a scene here so you can see that it is imported. This is the multiplayer login scene that you may be using in your project. So I hope that has cleared up how you can install Forge Networking with the current workarounds. And again, if you run into any trouble, feel free to get on the Discord server and ask questions. Thank you very much.